A Derby woman who is fighting cancer has been sentenced to 2 days in jail, and the reason might surprise you. Case Gloria Van Race is here now with more on her story. Gloria?
Jim, a grandmother with terminal cancer, is in a Sedgwick County jail tonight because of THC in her system. That is the active ingredient in marijuana. But the THC was in her system because it is a medication her pharmacist says she needs while on chemotherapy. Angela Kastner has terminal colorectal cancer. Cake News spoke to her last night before she reported to jail for a 48-hour sentence. She is in jail as the result of a DUI, although she had nothing to drink.
Because I had 0.03 Marinol in my system that the doctors in Oklahoma gave me because I'm fighting cancer. I've been fighting cancer 5 years.
Marinol is an FDA-approved medication for cancer patients. It helps them keep food down. It is a synthetic form of THC, but it is legal. According to her pharmacist, the amounts in her blood are not enough to make anyone high. The time she'll spend in jail will force her to miss a chemotherapy session. The missed session will force her to restart the whole regime. Her doctor's not happy.
I miss my chemo tomorrow, and I miss my doctor's appointment with my heart doctor on the Thursday.
Her niece, Crystal Fleming, is doing her best to help.
She's all I've got.
Prison. Yeah.
My dad passed away, and she's all I've got.
Kastner's coming forward with her story now so other cancer patients won't have to experience the same legal treatment.
I feel sorry for the next cancer patient that has to go through anything that I've went through. They shouldn't have to do this at the end of their life.
Fleming is just hoping with her suppressed immune system due to chemotherapy that her aunt won't get any worse.
When a person doesn't have very long, or they're told that they don't have very long to live, you know, and then you think, okay, there's 2 days left that I get with her.
Kastner did plead no contest to the DUI charge. In a document obtained by Cake News, her doctor says if chemotherapy does not work, then she will need hospice care. Jim.
Grandma with terminal cancer jailed for legal THC in her blood, forced to miss chemo. Wichita, KS Angela Kastner has colorectal cancer and is currently undergoing chemotherapy to treat it. However, because the state is hell-bent on targeting people for putting THC in their bodies, Kastner is missing her much-needed chemo treatment after she was locked in a cage by Sedgwick County deputies. Apparently, these cops felt that throwing the grandmother with terminal cancer in a state-sponsored jail cell would somehow serve society. After all, she did have THC, the dangerous psychoactive component of cannabis, in her system. However, had these cops bothered to read any research on the subject, they should have let her go on her way with an apology. But that's not what happened. Instead, police are taught to fear THC. They are fed bogus stats claiming that it is a gateway drug. They also dangerously believe that having THC in your blood somehow means you are impaired. And, especially in Kansas, cops love to kidnap, cage, or even kill you over this highly beneficial plant. To show just how criminally uninformed the deputies were who arrested and jailed Mrs. Kastner, she hadn't broken any law even in Kansas, as she was prescribed the FDA-approved and entirely legal, synthetic version of THC. I had Marinol in my system that the doctors in Oklahoma gave me to fight cancer. I've been fighting cancer 5 years, Kastner said. That's right. Kastner is taking Marinol to fend off nausea and help her have an appetite, just like millions of other cancer patients across the country. According to her pharmacist, as Cake reports, the amount of THC in her blood is not enough to make anyone high. In fact, according to the drug's own insert on its safety, they only recommend not driving if you feel confused, dizzy, or drowsy. Read more: California man arrested, charged with driving under the influence of caffeine. Aside from the drug Kastner has been taking for 5 years, not causing impairment, there is no scientific evidence that THC in the bloodstream equates to impaired driving. As the Free Thought Project previously reported, no scientific basis exists to legitimize current THC testing for impaired driving. According to a study from auto club giant AAA Safety Foundation, a blood test threshold for THC, the chemical component of cannabis that makes people high, is simply not scientifically possible. As the study notes, determining actual impairment from THC consumption is quite different than for alcohol. Tolerance for the chemical would mean though a regular cannabis user might have high blood levels of THC, they are perfectly safe behind the wheel, while a relatively low THC blood level could be found in someone unfit to drive. Because Kastner was a regular user of Marinol, she was, more likely than not, entirely fit to drive even if she'd just taken it. However, none of this matters to those tasked with upholding the law. And, if the law says we have to throw grandmas in cages for having their legally prescribed medicine in their bloodstream, then, by golly, we are going to do just that. I miss my chemo tomorrow and I miss my doctor's appointment tomorrow, said Kastner, whose doctor is rightfully furious. Because she's missing the chemo treatment, her doctor says she'll have to restart her entire regimen. She's all I've got, Kastner's niece, Crystal Fleming, said to Cake. My dad passed away and she's all I've got. Read more, 8 revelations from 2016 that completely vindicate conspiracy theorists. As for Kastner, she says she wants people to know her story so no one else has to go through her pain. I feel sorry for the next cancer patient who has to go through anything I have had to go through. They shouldn't have to do this at the end of their life. Please share this article with your friends and family to show them the horrors of marijuana prohibition and scientific ignorance when it comes to THC in your bloodstream.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.